meet the needs of the warfighter in the field.
The Air Force Civil Engineer Center is lifting off with yet another warfighter-focused mission by providing instruction, coursework, and hands-on experience to certify civil engineer small unmanned aerial system operators to fly as part of RADAS.
Every day, DoD's Replicator initiative is one way we're embracing precise mass for the future and putting it into production at speed and scale. Replicator's initial focus is fielding multiple thousands of attritable autonomous systems in multiple domains by August of 2025. It's a pathfinder that is not only on track to meet this operational goal, but also to speed the scaling of responsible autonomy more broadly.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went.
I've learned, for real, that there is circumstantial evidence that there is an Iranian mothership off the east coast of the United States, and that's launching these drone incursions. They are from high, good sources, individuals who are reputable, individuals who speak with authority, unfortunately are concerned with identifying who they are at this point who are saying this. But this is true. It's unacceptable and it's frightening, and our government has to act. And I say this not only as a member of Congress from the state of New Jersey, but I say this as someone who loves America like we all do who are in this room. We must build a national drone infrastructure. We must control our airspace, and we must protect the American people.
Small unmanned aircraft systems to locate targets to call for artillery fire, and also to observe the fall of those rounds, make the required adjustments, and to conduct a battle damage assessment.
Oh, yeah.
Latest drone sightings in New Jersey and New York has baffled the world. US law enforcement agencies still seek the answers and requesting citizens to report and submit videos. White House has denied government's role in these sightings. Even Joint Staff Department of Defense confirmed sightings of drones at 2 military bases, Picatinny Arsenal and Naval Weapons System Earle, and told media that the FBI, DHS, FAA and DOD have been unable to determine who is responsible for flying the drones, and there is no indication that these are adversary nations' handiwork. If it is not government, if it is not adversaries, then who is flying those glowing orbs and big car-sized drones? Experts refuse to admit them being hobbyist drones. The Stewart International Airport in New York was temporarily shut down for about 1 hour on December 13th this year due to drone sightings. Are these drones just a mass hysteria or aliens invasion or some top secret military program? Your channel National Defense has investigated the issue at length and will present you facts that will unravel the mystery of these drones. To start with, we have to go into the history of drone sightings, which US officials have termed them UAP or unidentified aerial phenomena. The latest mysterious drone sightings trend spreading across the East Coast started in New Jersey in mid-November 2024. These drones, described as car-sized, were initially spotted flying in coordinated manners in northern New Jersey. By early December, sightings extended into New York City, particularly in Brooklyn, Staten Island, where residents reported seeing groups of drones with blinking lights. Before drone sightings in New Jersey, US military reported drones hovering over its military bases in UK between November 20 to 26 this year. Your channel National Defense reported drones being spotted flying over US Air Force Base in England, including RAF Lakenheath, RAF Mildenhall and RAF Feldwell. These incursions raised security concerns, prompting British authorities to deploy additional troops around the bases. Officials observed various drone sizes and configurations but have not confirmed their origin or intent. Besides UK, a drone flew over the HMS Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier while it was docked in Hamburg, Germany on November 22nd. This raised alarms about drones being used to gather intelligence or disrupt strategic operations. Before these drone sightings on military bases in UK and Germany, a strange pattern of drone activity was noted in late 2023 and continues into 2024. This includes long-lasting sightings over Langley Air Force Base, Virginia, which houses the F-22 Raptor squadrons and other critical military assets. US Department of Defense Pentagon had no answers to these drone sightings except they admitted drones present.
Government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster. Want to know the truth? They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
The reaction of US administration authorities baffled many. However, these drone sightings are not standalone, and we need to look back to understand the logic behind present sightings. The latest drone sightings have opened a Pandora's box, as these drones, UAPs or UFOs or USOs, were only seen by US military until now. If we look some of these craziest sightings, then first come to mind is a sighting in Puerto Rico. On April 26, 2013, an infrared sensor on board a US Customs and Border Protection aircraft captured footage of a UAP event over the Rafael Hernandez Airport near Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. The footage appears to depict a UAP moving at high speed, splitting into two objects and entering and exiting the water before disappearing into the ocean off Puerto Rico's northwest coast. America's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office (RO) assessed with high confidence that the objects did not demonstrate anomalous speeds or flight behaviors. An intelligence community partners' reconstruction of the flight path and look angle from the infrared sensors indicate that the video instead depicts two objects traveling near each other rather than a single object splitting into two. The next UAP sighting was in December 2018, when a forward-looking infrared video sensor on board an uncrewed US Air Force platform captured footage while operating over the Mediterranean Sea. This footage depicts an object that appears to be transiting a plume of superheated gas and ash produced by an eruption of Mount Etna, a volcano in Sicily, Italy. RO assesses with moderate confidence that balloon did not emit plumes. Instead, mysterious unidentified balloon's position was approximately 170 kilometers from the caldera, traveling at wind speed and direction. Then comes next big sighting by US Navy that reported UAP phenomena to House Intelligence, Counterterrorism, Counterintelligence and Counterproliferation Subcommittee on May 17, 2022. US Navy camera from July of 2019 captured multiple objects initially identified as UAPs harassing Navy ships participating in naval exercise off Southern California. The video, taken by sailors on board one of the ships, was captured through night vision goggles and a single lens reflex camera. Based on additional information and data from other UAP sightings, the UAPs in this video were subsequently reclassified as unmanned aerial systems. This was not the first time for Navy. In a hearing on unidentified aerial phenomena before the House Intelligence, Counterterrorism, Counterintelligence and Counter-Proliferation Subcommittee on May 17, 2022, Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence Mr. Scott Bray shared video of a US naval aviator encounter with an unknown object in a fleeting pass. The video, captured by the pilot in the cockpit of a Navy fighter jet, demonstrates the typical speed at which military aircraft may approach an unknown object. On April 19 same year, Dr. Sian Kirkpatrick, Director of All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, shared a video that depicts an apparent silver orb-like object across the sensor's field of view. This clip was taken by MQ-9 in Middle East, and while RO assesses the object in the clip is not exhibiting anomalous behavior, the object remains unidentified. On 15 January 2023, two UAP activities were recorded. In these two South Asian object videos that shows an unidentified object with an apparent atmospheric wake or cavitation trailing it as it moves across the sensor's field of view from left to right. An MQ-9 forward-looking infrared video sensor captured this footage in South Asia as it was recording another MQ-9. Much before these sightings, three unidentified objects were recorded on infrared video in 2021 from a military range in the western United States. Analysis of full motion video combined with commercial flight data in the region led RO to assess that the objects were three separate commercial aircraft flying at a great distance from the infrared sensor. The radar tracks for commercial aircraft aligned with the objects, which were only seen as a small dot due to their significant distance from the sensor. These sightings till date remains a mystery. So what are these? Before I take you to some starting facts to unravel the mystery of the drone sightings, you may need to listen in the Deputy Secretary of Defense, Dr. Kathleen Hicks.
Another difference, Taiwan is an island 110 miles off the coast of the PRC mainland. In that respect, Russia had it easier, since an amphibious landing is the world's hardest military operation. But still the Kremlin failed to take over Ukraine like they'd planned. While the PRC claims there are no similarities, we know they're watching this war closely and taking away lessons. Although observing lessons is very different from implementing lessons. So we will keep a close eye on what they learn and will remain ready to deter aggression. It's clear why Beijing is watching this war closely, because after almost 3 years, we have seen the character of warfare change. At first, emerging capabilities and concepts used in Ukraine and smaller wars prior seemed like minor adaptations enabled by a global diffusion of commercial technology. They've since become more broad-based shifts embedded into the conduct of the war. And these trends will surely echo in future wars for at least the next generation. One trend is how commercial technology and approaches, with few modifications, are proving useful again and again, from proliferated commercial satellites to small airborne drones to cloud computing. Decades after talk of network-centric warfare first appeared, we're watching what happens when it's applied at scale, and we're seeing how dual-use technologies and talent can help deliver it. Widespread connectivity and widespread electronic warfare have created new opportunities and new challenges for maneuver, dispersal, sensing, and concealment. If you can be seen, you can be hit. That's driving innovation in operational concepts, capabilities, and even force design. It's also a key factor in our iterative development, deployment, and use of Combined Joint All-Domain Command and Control, or CJADC2, which draws upon America's current global lead in software and responsible AI to give us and our allies and partners a clear decision advantage. Because when we can see ourselves and potential adversaries clearly, when we make the battle space more transparent than ever for us, we can sense, make sense, and act faster, while still maintaining human judgment and responsibility over use of force, the best of both worlds.
So Deputy Secretary is talking about the replicator program of the United States. The war in Ukraine has also accelerated the use of low-cost autonomous capabilities alongside traditional forces to increase the scale and accuracy of surveillance and attacks. Ms. Hicks emphasized replicator initiative is also important for the defense of Taiwan in case of People's Republic of China attacks the island nation. The replicator initiative is focused on fielding thousands of vertitable capabilities platforms that are unmanned and built affordably, allowing commanders to tolerate a high degree of risk in employing them across multiple domains by August 2025. According to Deputy Secretary Hicks, Replicator is a pathfinder that will speed the scaling of responsible autonomy more broadly while meeting operational goals.
Another trend, which some call precise mass, is the use of lower-cost, attritable, autonomous capabilities alongside more traditional forces to increase the scale and accuracy of surveillance and attacks. The Russia-Ukraine war didn't start this trend, but it did accelerate it. And it's shown how precise mass contributes to magazine depth, which is critical in protraction scenarios. Today, DoD's Replicator initiative is one way we're embracing precise mass for the future and putting it into production at speed and scale. Replicator's initial focus is fielding multiple thousands of attritable autonomous systems in multiple domains by August of 2025. It's a pathfinder that is not only on track to meet this operational goal, but also to speed the scaling of responsible autonomy more broadly.
Hicks said future wars will require militaries to combine legacy systems with these attritable capabilities deployed at large scale. So this large scale is what we see the drone sightings in New Jersey or elsewhere. But as the war in Ukraine has shown, success in future wars will only be determined by technology alone. Hicks noted that the asymmetric advantage, alliances and partnership will continue to play going forward. In Deputy Secretary Hicks' words, we share values, we train together deeply, we provide each other access, bases and overflight. Our capabilities are seamless, interoperable and increasingly interchangeable. Our supply chains strengthen one another.
And we'll continue to adapt as our competitors and adversaries do the same. That's partly why Replicator's second iteration will scale systems to counter the threat of small airborne drones, in line with our recently released strategy for countering unmanned systems. Precise mass exemplifies a fusion of old and new. Throughout history, mass was often decisive in warfare, until Cold War era tech breakthroughs provided the United States and European allies an opportunity to trade mass for greater precision. Now, the ubiquity of commercially available precision has made mass matter yet again, even as precision continues to improve military efficacy and efficiency and contribute to the protection of non-combatants. The fusion between old and new technology in Ukraine, like small drones enabling real-time artillery correction, also represents a broader trend we're likely to see in future wars. While each kind of tech has its community of producers and evangelists, like the bomber and fighter mafias of old, each one claiming they matter most, the reality is that both matter. We need uncrewed systems and 155mm artillery rounds, and both are needed at scale.
Please note, Hicks was speaking at UK's Royal United Services Institute soon after release of Pentagon's classified strategy to counter drones. Does that also explain drone sightings at military bases in United Kingdom and Germany?
Future full-spectrum wars will likely be characterized by high-low mixes of capabilities, some large, expensive, exquisite systems collaborating with far more systems that are small, smart, cheap, and used en masse. And the important innovations we often see in times of conflict will likely come at the intersection of the two. The best militaries will master both, and the greatest advantage is likely to accrue to those who are able to combine extant and emerging capabilities to most effectively achieve their operational objectives.
So for that, we must remember that in 2024, Germany and UK signed the Trinity House agreements, which includes plan to co-develop a combat drone program designed to work alongside their air forces. This effort complements ongoing European defense projects like the Future Combat Air System and the Global Combat Air Program, showing an interest in advancing drone capabilities for coordinated operations with manned fighter jets. The USA is deeply integrated into NATO defense initiatives, which indirectly involve Germany and the UK. While there is no specific joint drone program, all three countries collaborate through NATO's broader framework, such as the development of interoperability standards for unmanned aerial systems (UAS). Additionally, the US frequently provides technical expertise and financial backing for allied drone programs. As of now, Germany with Ukraine has huge drone production infrastructure in Ukraine. So everyone fears that the next war will be fought in the civilian domains. In view of the Replicator initiative, we should also look at the Drone Infrastructure Inspection Grant (DIIG). That is a US federal program aimed at improving the efficiency, safety and cost effectiveness of infrastructure inspection using drones. This initiative, part of the broader legislation, seeks to modernize how critical infrastructure such as bridges, roads and dams is inspected and maintained. The involvement of private players is pivotal for success of such programs, and these programs would become very important in case of a war scenario when the airfields, the bridges, roads, everything would be under the enemy attack. In 2023, a cooperative agreement was signed to establish a drone testing corridor between New Jersey and Delaware. This corridor aims to facilitate research and development for unmanned aircraft systems and advanced air mobility technologies. The partnership involves entities such as National Aerospace Research and Technology Park, US Air Force Mobility Command, and US Transportation Command. It will connect Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst in New Jersey to Dover Air Force Base in Delaware, spanning approximately 78 miles. The corridor is designed for dual-use purpose, supporting both military and civilian drone testing. Key applications include evaluating new air mobility technologies, strategic airlift capabilities, and commercial applications. Additionally, the corridor builds upon prior initiatives such as Airfield Autonomy Initiative, which focuses on autonomous systems for airport maintenance and security. While specific timelines are not finalized, the project highlights New Jersey's growing role in aviation innovation. The US government operates several drone programs across different agencies, primarily for military intelligence and federal applications. These programs focus on various missions including surveillance reconnaissance, strike capabilities, disaster response, and border patrol. Key initiatives and systems include Department of Defense runs the Blue UAS or Unmanned Aircraft Systems initiative that ensures drone meet strict cybersecurity and manufacturing standards. These systems are approved for military and federal use and comply with the National Defense Authorization Act. The program is spearheaded by the Defense Innovation Unit, aiming to create secure, reliable and cost-effective drones for military operations. Notably, systems include Skydio X2D and FreeFly Alta X, used for border patrols and tactical missions. Replicator Initiative. The newer strategy focuses on deploying large number of low-cost autonomous drones to support defense operations, emphasizing scalability and adaptability. Next comes the intelligence and surveillance. Programs like the MQ-9 Reaper and Global Hawk focus on high-altitude, long-endurance surveillance and targeted strikes for military operations. These drones are integral to counter-terrorism efforts and situational awareness in conflict zones. Next comes the Homeland Security and federal use of the drones. Agencies such as Custom and Border Protection deploy drones for border surveillance. Smaller drones like the DJI Matrix and Blue UAS approved systems assist with disaster response, search and rescue operations, and infrastructure inspection. Research and development. The Pentagon is also advancing drone autonomy and AI capabilities with ongoing work in machine learning integration for real-time decision-making and situational adaptation. This is reflected in prototype under the Blue UAS program and DARPA-backed projects. For procurement, these drones are often acquired through tailored contracts, government procurement systems, and direct purchases from the vetted manufacturers. New Jersey itself is engaged in broader drone-related initiatives through its Homeland Security Office, focusing on unmanned aircraft system regulation and threat assessment. This includes ensuring compliance with Federal Aviation Administration laws for drone operation, especially near critical infrastructure. Additionally, New Jersey is part of the national efforts to counteract the misuse of drones, including possible espionage or interference with sensitive sites. Yes, New Jersey plays a key role in US government's drones testing efforts. A major initiative is the establishment of an East Coast test corridor for uncrewed aerial systems and advanced air mobility technologies. This corridor connects Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst in New Jersey with Dover Air Force Base in Delaware, spanning approximately 78 miles. It is designed for both military and civilian use, allowing for testing, development and demonstration of various technologies including electrical vertical takeoff and landing aircraft and other other drones. The second phase of the Replicator program, announced by the Pentagon in 2024, focuses on enhancing the US military's counter-drone capabilities. This phase addresses the growing threat of small, low-cost drones which have been used effectively by adversaries such as in the conflict involving Russia, Iran, and various militant groups. Replicator 2 aims to accelerate the deployment of defensive technologies against these drones, specifically targeting small unmanned aerial systems that are difficult to detect and neutralize. Drones can be used for sensing and for surveillance. Under Replicator 2, the Department of Defense plans to field rapid countermeasures including off-the-shelf technologies and systems capable of detecting, tracking, and defeating drone threats. This initiative is expected to be integrated into the fiscal 2016 budget with a goal of significantly improving these countermeasures within 24 months of funding approval. Replicator 2 is aligned with broader efforts to defend military assets from drone threats, which could range from electronic warfare solutions to kinetic interception systems. This strategy is part of a layered defense approach, ensuring a variety of capabilities to counter both conventional and novel drone-based attacks. So I hope that now, in view of this information, you can decipher the drone mystery in New Jersey, as Pentagon's counter-drone strategy remains highly classified. Thanks for watching National Defense. Please do write in the comment box from which part of the world you are watching this video. This is Shailesh Kumar signing off.